The British pound is still going down. Look at this chart. New record of gold price in British pound. That means the British pound is going down against gold heavily. 2,539 pounds per 1 ounce of gold. What is happening to the British pound? Why the British pound is on record low to the gold? Why the British pound will not get stronger in the foreseeable future? Why is this happening? First of all, look at this chart, and on this chart we can see that the British pound is now 2,510 pounds per 1 ounce of gold, per 1 gold coin. Well, and you may think gold is going up to everything. Yes, gold is going up to almost everything, but the almost everything has lower problem, less problem, and different problem than the British pound, as the British pound was used to be imperial currency. Now it is not imperial currency, and the British pound is going down because people don't want any more British pound. 100 years ago, 1 British pound was for $4 per 1 pound. Today it is 1 to 1, actually $1 per 1 pound. But in 1971, 1 British pound cost almost 7 Swiss francs. Today 1 pound is almost 1 franc. Can you imagine? British pound to get to the point from 1971 would have to gain almost 700%. This is impossible to happen. That's why we are thinking what will happen, what to do. We are considering what to do. Is it good to sell all the pounds? Are the pounds will always be going down to gold, to Swiss franc, to euro and other currencies? Look at this chart. But before that, please subscribe this channel, as I need your subscription to grow and to create better content than this. More subscriptions, more likes means better content. Thank you. And look at this chart now. This chart shows the British pound to the Swiss franc. It is steep hill, and from this steep hill there is a pound going down 1.08 from 5, from almost 7. Look at this. Here, 1971 British pound was for 7 Swiss francs almost. From 7 to 6 to 5 to 4, 3, 2, 1, and today it is on 1.08. But few days ago the British pound was on 1.06, almost 1.05. This is over for the British pound and been over for last 50 years to the Swiss franc. People who actually hold British pound are losing to Swiss franc, to gold, to silver, to everything, actually to everything. You may think that your earnings are going down, or going up in British pound, or maybe pension. Well, but if we look here, this is European minimum wage, and on this list there is Britain, and Britain is on 4th place, and this list shows that the minimum wage in Britain is quite high, which is 2,022 euros per month, and that would be on 4th place in Europe, and only better, higher monthly minimum wage is in Ireland, Luxembourg, Netherlands. But this is lie, because the truth about the minimum wage in the United Kingdom is that the minimum wage is 1,859 euro. I don't know why they've got this number 2022. Maybe if you work more hours, but if we, let's say, compare normal standard per hour, then let's say like on other countries on this list, then if you multiply 12 pounds 21 pences multiply by the normal average weekly working hour, then the monthly minimal wage is 1,859 euros. You can work 100 hours per week and then your minimal wage will be 3,000, but that would be a lie. Normal hours is 1859. So it is between Belgium and Monaco. But this is not real actually indicator how high it is the average the minimal wage in the United Kingdom. You would then think, oh, it is not so bad because the minimal wage is a little bit more than in Monaco. But this is still lie. The British minimal wage is not on 5th or 6th or 7th place because in Europe there is no minimum wage in countries such as Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Italy, and 2 or 3 countries more. But those countries I mentioned would have higher minimal wage than Great Britain. So the minimal wage in the United Kingdom, counted in euro, is maybe on 10th place, 11th place, 12th place, 13th place, 13th, unluck. This is true. It is not on 4th place. It is around 9 places or 12 places or 10 places down. This is the truth. Those are lies. Look at this, what is happening. They say that the British pound is stronger than euro, but euro has 2.65 interest rate only, but the British pound has 4.5. Can you imagine what would happen to the price of the British pound if the Bank of England would lower interest rate by 2% at once? It would go down to everything. The gold price would not be 3.5k, but it would be 3, 4, 5k, maybe 6k just in few days if they lowered interest rate to the European Central Bank level. Look at this chart. GBP used to be in 2000 1.7, even more than that if we use candlestick. In 2000 was 1.76. So that was a very good life for a while for the British people who had, let's say, 10,000 British pounds. They would exchange it for almost 18k, 18,000 pounds for 10,000, well, 18,000 euros for 10,000 euros. That was a nice time. But today, look at this. Today, you would get only 11,700, well, 11,500 euros for 10,000. So it is only 1.5k more for each 10k. It is almost 1-to-1. But the interest rate on British pound is 4.5. In euro is 2.65. So people in United Kingdom have to pay very high interest rate on mortgages. If the British people will require as low interest rate as in Europe, then they would have to lower the interest rate by almost 2%. And what does it mean? That means Bank of England would have to lower interest every month for 8 months by 0.25. And what would happen if the euro would stick to its today's interest rate? Then the British pound would go down once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to around 99 cents. It would be the cheapest in history. For 10,000 British pounds, you would get maybe 9,000 euros, maybe 9.5, maybe 8. You never know. Today, the British pound is very weak. Well, look at this. In actually 2022, it was already 1.07, and in 2020, it was 1.04. But if the Great Britain will put the interest rate down to European level, it is over. The British pound will be 0.9. The same with the Swiss franc. Can you imagine that the Swiss franc has only 0.25 interest rate, but the British pound is 4.5? Can you imagine that the British pound is going against everything, even against the Czech crown? Can you imagine? Czech crown. Czech crown has lower interest rate, but the British pound is losing to the Czech crown. The Czech crown interest rate is 3.75, but the British pound 4.5, so it is much higher in United Kingdom, but the British pound is going down against the Czech crown. Look at this chart. Only 29 crowns per 1 pound. It used to be 64. Now it is 29 with very high interest rate, but it was 25 in 2023. So it is going down. Look, it is going down. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 25. And if they will lower interest rates to the European level, then that will be 19 Czech crowns for 1 British pound. It is over. Sadly. But it's been happening for 50 years, for 20 years, for 10 years. It is not happening now. It is not sudden thing. It is British pound crash standard. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Hope to see you soon. Please subscribe to keep going on. Thank you.